makona we mubango kona useo wako mwetembua sisi alayo wakana kaku bua yako epeteke sisi alayo wakana kaku bua yako epeteke meteka meteka meteke bua yako epeteke meteka meteka meteke bua yako epeteke jisi kana ningotona neweka madina ni mainge ngoya kwa ninoete nengemedo makona we mubango kona useo wako nwetembua nenge bina wakwekea kitone kinge muno. My eyes are blind, give me your eyes, oh Lord, let me see. Oh, skara-ba-da-da-ba-dee-da, 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 da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, skara-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, vayo wakana kaku, bua yako esisi ya vayo, sisi ya vayo wakana kaku, bua yako eteke 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 bua yako eteke eteke bua yako eteke mutongo yanga ibua yake nakukwatelela mutongo yanga ibua yake eteke eteke bua yake eteke 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 bua yake Don't you give up.
I got flows, hii mizizi kauna po tuna fast forward. Mziki ngumu bila dosa ka cash flow. I'm on a ngoja wa kupika marathon. Kaza hustle.
Kaza hustle. Warazi watembe, ule mishoka bado na skill ya wembe. Injili meoga itabak ni wapende. So kamna mboga hizi buzz ni kasembe. Wako chuma utadhani wame crossbreed na metal. I don't bite niko soki na dental. Mitaani najua mbogi ma metro. Yesu makamagera na meshogi wa metro.
Wanawake pekee aje duniani ili atufie. Sababu ya damu yake mina wetu na uzima wa milele. Haijalishi no mapiga sala, Mola atakupa namna, atakuvusha salama, ngori atageuza sawa.
Rada ya Yesu ibambe, na sifa zake zitambe.
Rada ya Yesu ibambe, na sifa zake zitambe. I know my Jehovah is good for real. Nothing can change my mind on him. Ananipenda, trust me for free. Kila nakoenda is my company. You're my strength, you're my muscle. Shuleni nipo kidato, devo nakula kichapo. Ulipo ni papo, maisha yangu ni yako. You're my one and only.
Time is money so I spend kwa misa. Wana content, tushawa frightened kuandika. Hapa ni buzz bila license ya lika. Umetu equip na hisi high sense na mika. No digide hundio mwito, original hundio mpiko. Jiwe na lao, we live in a mission. Na kani negative, the better keep off. Rara na Yesu is strong.
Rada ya Yesu ibambe, na sifa zake shuleni nipo kidato, devo nakula kichapo, lipo ni papo, maisha yangu ni yako, you're my one and only. Fast forward, mziki ngumu bila dosa cash flow. I'm on a ngoja wa kupika marathon, cause I hustle.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Good morning, and same as the weather, we've had Mvua by Manasseh Shalom, which means rain, the blessings of God. And right after that, we had Rada Radea Yesu, Carrera Laura, and Stony Jiwe. That's how this morning is finding me. It's been quite an interesting morning, and it just brings flashbacks of January, February, March, April. Yeah, March, April, the floods, and I'm just praying to God that it doesn't flood again, because, hey, when you kumenyesha this morning, that was a bit much. But we can never say no to God's blessing. So I want to know, how are you guys doing this morning? This is Sheversations. My name is Caroline Murote, and you are watching us on Power Radio. You are listening to Power Radio and Sheversations. Yes, I am here every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I just want to say a happy new week to you guys. Happy second week of November. We are cruising along nicely, and I am hoping against all hope that the end of this year is going to find us in good spirits in all aspects of our lives, especially the parts that we can control, because ukuinje tuliamua we can't control serikali, we can't control the economy, but what can you control? You can control your peace of mind. That's something that you can feed yourself on, kitu unatoa from God, something that doesn't cost you a single penny, just to have faith. So how was your weekend, guys? Mlienda wapi, medu? What have you guys been doing? How have you guys been hanging out? I, as usual, nikaenda church, nikarudi home. Yeah, alafu trying to recover from homa na my tonsils na hizo vitu zote, because this weather is a little bit weird. Like, I'm loving it, but it's a bit weird. Like, my body's just confused. Like, is it hot? Is it cold? Is it windy? Is it rainy? Hatujui? All of the above. We're just experiencing a whole bunch of bipolar weather. And na venye sai kuna kaa huku Nairobi. I don't know where you're listening and watching from, if it's not Nairobi. But venye kuna kaa hivi, tunaweza shangaa sana that by afternoon it's going to be a very sunny day. And actually, I hope that happens. But even if it doesn't, it's okay. We appreciate rain because these are blessings from God. Yeah, so just welcome to the show. And right about now, we're going to have Ambia by Billy Black and Panda Basi by Mvua.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Smile, convince my broken heart I will be okay someday. To do whatever it takes to do, I don't mind, I don't care, as long as I end up with you. Ambia hao wengine wasonge kando, ni mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Ambia hao wengine wasonge kando, mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Take my wings and fly, don't be scared to try and touch the sky. If you fall, I will be there to do whatever it takes to do. I believe in you. Ambia hao wengine wasonge kando, ni mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Ambia wasonge kando, ni mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Ambia wengine wasonge kando, ni mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Ambia hao wengine wasonge kando, ni mimi na wewe tu.
Baby, lately Nairobi's very cold. Baby, yeah, I need your touch, I need your hold. Baby, lately Nairobi's very cold. Baby, I need your touch, I need your hold. Andavasi uche Nairobi, Nairobi. Andavasi uche Nairobi, Nairobi. Andavasi uche Nairobi, Nairobi. Andavasi uche Nairobi. Usiku you come me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been so long. Usiku you come me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long. Usiku you come me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long. Usiku you come me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long. Ayabasi Andavasi uche Nairobi, Nairobi. Andavasi uche Nairobi, Nairobi. Andavasi uche Nairobi, Nairobi. Andavasi uche Nairobi. Hey, lately Nairobi's very cold. Hey, baby, I need your touch, I need your hold. Baby, lately Nairobi's very cold. Hey, baby, I need your touch, I need your hold. Single, you call me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been so long, yeah. Single, you call me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long, yeah. Single, you call me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long. Single, you call me, you gaze at the stars all alone. It's been too long. Ayabasi Pandavasi uche Nairobi, Nairobi. Pandavasi uche Nairobi, Nairobi. Pandavasi uche Nairobi, Nairobi. Pandavasi uche Nairobi.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Already, so we had Beer by Billy Black, and right now we had Mvua saying Pandavasi Ukuja Nairobi because it's cold. Baby, it's crazy. Kuna baridi. Pandavasi Ukuja Nairobi, guys. Let's stop fornicating. Let us stop fornicating. Please, can we stop being fornicants? Nishasema, ni mimi nimesema, guys. Msinikasirikia. Na hata mkinikasirikia ni sawa. Nimewambia, please stop fornicating. It's okay. Yeah, so mkituma fea na ni sawa. Mkumbuke tu mimi nimesema mwache kufornicate. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So what's happening? What is happening? What's happening is that there's a shocking story on Paul's live. At this point, isn't even supposed to be shocking because easy vitu ni kama tumezizoea. Yeah, so uko Nakuru, Shiner's Boys High School, KCSE candidate at the institution was stabbed to death by a colleague, with police launching a manhunt for the suspect who fled into hiding. So this is what happened. There was a bunch of 4 boys who were suspended indefinitely due to indiscipline, yes, and then they were allowed to come back to sit for their KCSE exams. Alafu wakapata that their personal belongings had been damaged, and so they launched an attack on the suspect, the guy who they thought was responsible for damaging their personal belongings. And one of them, the one who has the knife that stabbed this boy who was pronounced dead on arrival at the Nakuru hospital, the guy fled, and the 3 colleagues who were part of the crime are under police custody. KCSE. Oh my goodness, kids. These are kids. These are kids. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Is it the anger? Is it that we're such an angry nation that we only know how to resolve things with violence? Because normally kids would beat each other up. Nasikia too, oh, yeah, the guy had to be hospitalized. And I'm not saying that that's okay, that that's justified. But resorting to stabbing somebody to the point where they lose their life, is it worth it? And what kind of belongings would be worth somebody losing their life over? And the fact that these are kids makes me so concerned about, how is the mental health of our kids? Where do they learn that it's okay to be violent? And honestly, a violent nation gives birth to violent children. A violent nation raises violent children. That's what I think. When we see men beating women everywhere, when we see police brutalizing citizens, when we see, the rich and the powerful getting their way with those that are less privileged with violence, when we see people being dumped into rivers and bodies being dug up at quarries, women being slaughtered in Airbnbs, this is the kind of children that we're raising. It doesn't actually shock me. It's shocking, but are we surprised? It's sad, but are we surprised, really? Are we surprised that this is the kind of kids that we're raising? Because I don't know, when I was like 16, 17, 18, the idea of killing somebody, no, guys, the most I wanted to do was bash their head against the wall. And that sounds really, really violent, but that's like the most my mind would conjure. That if you're pissing me off, I'll just close my eyes and imagine that you'd trip and fall flat on your face and maybe lose a tooth. And that was in my mind, your intrusive thoughts. But how is it becoming a reality that a kid knows how to stab another one and then flee because he knows what he's done? It's not even the situation of, oh my God, what did I just do? It's he knows what he has done and he runs away. And these are the actions of a cold, calculated murderer. And yet this is a child. So our children are maturing via violence. That is the kind of children that we're raising in Kenya. And that makes me really, really sad. So when you send your kids off to school, when you send your kids off to society and they're spending time out there, when they come back home, you better be having conversations. You better be finding out what is in their minds, what they're experiencing, what they've seen, what they've heard. And as parents, as guardians, as older siblings, as older members of a community who are taking care of our younger generations, we need to be extremely intentional because the country we're living in will not protect our children from violence. So we must actively undo the mindset of violence that they're exposed to outside of the home. And unfortunately, some of them are exposed to this violence in the home. So it's just a very sad situation. But yeah, do what you can. Do what you can. I don't think it's a hopeless situation. It's a sad situation. It's an alarming situation, but I do not think it's a hopeless situation because at the end of the day, we have ourselves, we have God, and we can be more intentional when it comes to raising our kids. What else is happening? What else is happening that's interesting to me is that Eric Omondi has been awarded, Humanitarian of the Year award. And honestly, I think that it's well deserved. I think that that's something that he has worked hard for. Yes, he's dramatic, but aren't they all? Aren't they all? People are like, oh, he's a cloud chaser. But when you see cloud chaser, how many people have you fed? How many people have you bailed out of prison for being unjustly locked up? How many people have you built structures for? How many kids have you taken to school? When you see cloud chaser, how much of that have you and your good friends, nyinyi wenye mnakuanga na roho nzuri, what have you done? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? So this is something that we constantly need to be thinking about when it comes to being all of this humanitarian things that people have been doing. it adds up to something. Even if somebody records and puts their information on the socials, I would have to say that it's worth a mention when somebody's actually doing something to change people's lives, because most of us honestly do nothing. We get annoyed when all the celebrities make a big show out of whatever it is that they're doing. We get irritated, most of us. But the question is, what have you actually done? So I think that this man has well deserved this award, and I think that it is okay that he is recognized. In fact, we celebrate you, Eric Omondi. I personally love the guy. Even the stunts he pulls at the end of the day are, for a good cause. He gets attention, and then he directs the attention not just to himself, but to the causes that he's doing. So, if we have government officials pulling public PR stunts to to keep us in debt, guys, to just suck us dry, I'm okay with somebody pulling PR and publicity stunts to feed people and to get people to go to school, to get hospitalized people treated. And congratulations to Eric Omondi. And before we get into what's on my mind today, what opinions you guys have, in my opinion, we are going to listen to Ukimwona by Heart the Band. Enjoy.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Kusema kweli bado na kuhata, and on the daily bado na kufata. Kosa sio hoja zaidi ya kukupenda, vipi nikatupa ndoto tulizoziota. Uliniwasha nare enzi zetu za kupare, kwa mvinyo na makale, magizani hadi ngware, nikijifanya dakitare wa mabinti wale wenye shepu za hatari, nikapotelea ndani. Ila mwambie nampenda, roho ya mtamani bado nampenda. Ukimwona mwambie nampenda, roho ya mtamani bado nampenda. Ukimwona roho sawa na mabua. I can't help but miss you every morning. Vile unapendeza, kama ningeweza jua yepi ya kutarajia, nisingejipata mashakani kwa niliyoyatenda. Ninayempenda ni wewe, hakuna mwingine wa kubadili penzi. Ningependa tuelewane, kiburi kisinikosanishe nawe. Uliniwasha pale na sikushika nare, ukanisema kwa jirani kwamba mimi kisirane, aibu za hadharani, vile penzi hatari. Njoo unipe amani kama hapo zamani. Mwambie nampenda, oh yeah, roho ya mtamani bado nampenda. Ukimwona mwambie nampenda, roho ya mtamani bado nampenda.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
So that is a Hot the Band. Ukimwona ufanye nini, mwambie nampenda venye nawapenda nyinyi, my loves, my Sheversations. Let me know how you're feeling about me. Caroline_Murote on Instagram and Caroline Murote across all other social media platforms. You can also holla at me, holla at us at Power Radio across all social media platforms. Yes, I love you guys. I love you. And I always make a mention, a point to mention that to you. So, if there's nobody else who tells you that they love you, I love you. Mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah. Let me know how much you love me. Are you feeling me? Are you? Yes, no, maybe? Okay. So what's on our opinion? What's on our opinion board today? In my opinion, women often get away with sexual assault or abuse against men, both verbally and physically. So that is something one of you have sent in. And honestly, this is true. In my opinion, as Caroline Murote, this is true. Yeah. I think it's just a very interesting landscape. So let me read what this is. As a male, I work in a female-dominated industry, social work, and I have seen over the course of my 20-plus year career, women slap other men's butts, talk sexually about other men, squeeze men's muscular arms, and make comments that would otherwise be demeaning if men were to say them about women. This is not only in the workplace, but I have seen it on TV, on talk shows, on other genres of entertainment. If women are going to come out in full force against sexual assault by men, which they rightfully should, then they must exhibit a positive example themselves. It goes both ways. Please don't come to me crying that you overheard a group of men talking dirty about a woman when you and your little group of ladies go to happy hour after work and talk about how you would do so and so at work. Well, isn't this interesting? This is very interesting, and it's very interesting that this particular gentleman works in the area of social work. And hey, social work, see, that's where you're supposed to be, the most humanist humans, the most humaning humans. Like, because your whole job revolves around you taking care of people, making sure that people's well-being is being upheld. I genuinely think that this is true, and I have seen this. I also think that we have the patriarchy to blame for this, in my humble opinion. And give me a moment. Let me get to that. Why? Because the patriarchy places men as explicitly sexual creatures, and quite frankly dehumanizes women to the point where women have no agency of their own. So then doesn't it make sense that the same system would completely disregard women as creatures of their own agency who have the power to not only dominate but take advantage of men, because the patriarchy does not give women that kind of power. The patriarchy places men as the dominant party in society. Kumanisha that if anybody is going to take advantage of anybody, it's going to be a man. And when you place a woman as a weak person who has no decision-making ability or barely any decision-making ability, whose whole existence is there to serve the purposes of men, this is what you get. This is what we get. So we need to be honest about the power struggles that we have. And that's the reason why women get away with this, because we're looking at it in a system where you're like, as a man, you can't be taken advantage of by a woman. That's what the patriarchal system says. And so now when we talk about dismantling the patriarchy, it has nothing to do against fighting against culture or traditions, even though some cultures and traditions are very toxic and retrogressive. But it's all about, can we actually dismantle a system that actively just does not recognize men's ability to be hurt by women who are seen as an incapable, incompetent sex or gender? Can we actually not do that? Because it means that in a situation where the man is the victim, the patriarchy does not recognize that, because it goes against the tenets of men are strong, men are dominant, men are inherently sexual creatures, and men want to be sexualized. That is what the patriarchy shows us, if you actually think about it. I have lots of guy friends who, when they hear a post or they hear, just something about, oh my goodness, I want somebody complaining about a man complaining that that they had a lady touching on them and whatever, and the guy was like, can I have her number? The guys would be like, where's this lady? Akuje niguze, let her come and touch me. Because like, what the hell is wrong with you as a man? Why do you not want to be touched? So the patriarchy presents men as this inherently overtly sexual creatures that have no self-control and are just happy anytime anything sexual is implied, and takes away women's agency when it comes to sex, because women are there to serve men sexually. Again, the patriarchy, this is not my opinion, this is not also fact, this is the perception that the patriarchy creates. So then it makes sense that men are not taken seriously when they report sexual crimes done against them by women. When women are the perpetrators of sexual violence and abuse against men, it makes sense that they're not taken seriously. It makes sense that they actually get away with these crimes, or they get away with the sexual assault, they get away with the abuse. It's very, very sad. It's very, very sad. Also, I don't know what to say. A woman's body is treated as sacred and a man's body is not. Yeah? A woman's body is treated as the recipient of anything that, a man would want to put on them. However, a man's body is not. So at the end of the day, it's like, it doesn't really affect you as a man if I smack you on the bum. That's how I see society thinking. That is how I see society thinking. And honestly, I'm not surprised by this. It's sad, but I'm not surprised, because we need to be honest about how did we get here? How did we get to the point where women don't get that it's not okay to be smacking men's bums? It's not okay to be, hitting men, thinking it's okay when you're angry as a woman in a relationship or a friendship to slap your friend, yet it's not okay for them to slap you. There's a system we've created that makes those things okay. And that system is called the patriarchy. So I want us to be thinking about that intentionally. I want us to really keep that in mind before we come back. And this is Newe by Kinoti and Kesho by Bridget Blue.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. Would you anywhere, anywhere, anywhere? Would you anywhere, where? Would you anywhere, anywhere, anywhere? Would you anywhere, where? They say don't you rush it if you want it to last forever. For your love I'd wait till hell freezes over. And when it rains, you can stay under my umbrella. We'll make it through the storm, it don't matter the weather. Baby, can't you see a future planned with me? Cause I do see one with you. So I'ma write this song to you. I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. Would you anywhere, anywhere, anywhere? Would you anywhere, where? Would you anywhere, anywhere, anywhere? Would you anywhere, where? See, I love you cause I want to, I'm not forced to. I'ma treat you like a real man is supposed to do. Eventually, I get down on one knee and ask you if you wanna spend your life with me. Mware no komenya kwendete utuko na modenya. Somebody's daughter niye tuna ota my light in the darkness, baby when in your time. I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. I'm gonna write you a song that you could sing along for the rest of our days together. Would you anyway, anyway, anyway? Would you anyway, would you anyway, anyway, anyway? Would you anyway, would you anyway, 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 would you anyway, 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 would you anyway? Oh, let me say it, part.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Some days you feel like the world is on fire. Some days you feel like you're swimming and flying. Some days you wake up and you don't feel like you wanna chase what you don't see. But some days you feel like you're floating up high. So how about you try this time? Lifting up your head and sing out. What more than I see, there's more inside of me. Just lift up your voice and say, nitajaribu tena kesho. Nitaamka upya na nisonge. Hata wakipenda kunivunja, mambo yakizidi unga, sitashindwa kujivuta. Kesho naamka upya. Kesho naamka upya. Some days I know that you think of surviving, but you sleep and wake up and don't feel like fighting. But there's space in your soul to keep wanting more, to desire to soar. But some days you know that their words, they mean nothing. So how about you try this time? Lifting up your head and say, what more than I see, there's more inside of me. Just lift up your voice and say, nitajaribu tena kesho. Nitaamka upya na nisonge. Hata wakipenda kunivunja, mambo yakizidi unga, sitashindwa kujivuta. Kesho naamka upya.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Bridget Blue to Tajiri Butena, Kesho, and right before that we had Niwe by Kinoti, because Niwe, my love, you are the one for me. Y'all know that I don't just say that, right? You know that I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Look at us, just a happy bunch of lovers, just loving on one another. Okay, I'll stop being cringe. I have stopped. Yeah. So, in my opinion, women often get away with the sexual abuse or assault against men, both verbally and physically. And we have said, yes, this is true. Caroline has said, I think this is true. And that's because the patriarchy allows this to happen. The patriarchy sees men as strong and women as weak, and virtually sees it as impossible that somebody who is strong would be taken advantage of by somebody that is weak. That is just the most basic way to place it. It also just places women as sexual creatures, women as objects of sexual pleasure. It sexualizes women, does not sexualize men. So by the time a man is being treated as a sexual object, it's like, that's weird. We do not recognize that. So it's not very nuanced. The patriarchy is not very nuanced. It's actually just very shallow. Yeah. And it's very sad because this is systematic. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's systematic. Mjue too that this thing is systematic. Like it's a culture that we have created. It's a culture that, well, we didn't create it, but we have thrived in it. And it's also sexism. When you view a human being from the lenses of how they can serve you sexually, it's also sexism when you view somebody as somebody who's not sexually pleasing enough to be taken advantage of, which is men most of the time, which is why women they're not held accountable. So innately, the issue here is to dismantle the system that makes it hard for men to be believed when they say that they have been sexually abused or harassed, because it's the same system that they benefit from. It's sad. It's very messy. Do you guys see how messy it is? What do you think? What do you guys think? I'm very interested. I'm very, 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 very interested to know what you think about this particular topic. And so let me know. Caroline _Murote on Instagram, Caroline Murote across all other social media platforms, as well as Caroline, I've already said that, Power Radio. Across all social media platforms. Ni whether they're just, it's just lulling me to sleep. That's the one. Yeah, so let's hear from Number One by Leband and Suzia, and Skinny by Chamatai Sage.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Mama, tell me what you're feeling. Let my actions be what you're thinking.
Cause it tastes like sugar and spice and everything nice. Close your eyes, I'll make you realize you're winning in life, yeah. You're winning in life. You taste like sugar and spice and everything nice. Close your eyes, I'll make you realize you're winning in life, yeah. You're winning in life.
Call me a Superman. You're my girl. Call me a number one. Baby, you can call me a supergirl. Chochote unataka nitakupa. You're my man. I wanna climb to the top of the mountain. Let you cruise on this endless sea. Open up the windows to your soul. I want you to see what you do to me. Watch my spirit melt into your arms. Freeze this time so we'll never be apart, baby. I know you're comfortable under my skin, so don't let go. Hold me close, let the energy flow from my head to my toes. Like this bliss, let's get lit. Wake back up, then we do it again, baby. Call me a number one. Baby, you can call me a Superman. You're my girl.
Come for me girl, come for me cure, come for me lover. Cause when the sunlight set west side, you're always gonna be my number one.
Somebody call for my man, call for me cure, call for my lover. Cause when the sunlight is set west side, you're always gonna be my number one. Tell me how you want it, daddy. Tell me how you want it, papi. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
Tell me how you want it, mommy. Tell me how you want it, mommy. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
You got a smile I can't erase, and your voice lights up my face. You're driving me up and down. I'm scared what you're doing to me. I get a rush in my life to love you. I get a high from just thinking about you. I'm on the edge. It's like you're breaking my heart in two. Now see Chewy, nitafanya nini? The way you messing with my head, read me my skinny. Now see Chewy, nitafanya nini? The way you messing with my head, read me my skinny. Oh, oh, baby, I gave you every bit of my heart. Now what you gonna do? You went and threw it away. I did it all for your love. Try my best to act real cool. Instead I'm acting like a fool. What am I gonna do? I'm crazy for your love. The way I feel, I don't know who and what is real. The love that you give to me is a reality. It's like I'm high in the sky on a drug messed up. I'm waiting on a cure to this illness stuck on you. And I don't know what to do. Now see Chewy, nitafanya nini? The way you're messing with my head, read me my skinny. Now see Chewy, nitafanya nini? The way you're messing with my head, read me my skinny. Oh, oh, baby, I gave you every bit of my heart. Now what you gonna do? You went and threw it away. I did it all for your love. Try my best to act real cool. Instead I'm acting like a fool. What am I gonna do? I'm crazy for your love. Tunavyofanana, kila saa tunavyokutana, you make my head go banana. Ooh Lord, I'm crazy for your love. Unavyofanana, kila saa tunavyokutana, you make my head go banana. Ooh Lord, I'm crazy for your love. What am I gonna do, baby? Your love. Crazy for your love. I gave you every bit of my heart. Now what you gonna do? You went and threw it away. I did it all for your love. Try my best to act real cool. Instead I'm acting like a fool. What am I gonna do? Baby? I gave you every bit of my heart. And what you gonna do? You
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Already, so the time is 3 minutes past 12, and that was we've just heard from the beautiful sound of Chimtao Sage. That was Maskini, and then we also have Leband and Suzia number 1. So we were talking about, in my opinion, your opinion, women often get away with sexual assault and abuse against men, both verbally and physically. And I consider to this, I said that I believe that this is true and it's a very sad situation, but I also believe that there's a reason why, and the patriarchy is the reason why, the unfair and imbalanced power struggles that exist between men and women in this society that views men as overtly sexual creatures and very dominant and domineering creatures who don't necessarily, they don't exist for sexual pleasure, for anybody's sexual value, whereas women do exist for men's sexual value. They are sexualized, they are seen as objects of satisfaction, and they are seen as weak. So, when you contrast the two, then it doesn't make sense why a woman would be taking advantage of a man when society only sees it the other way around. So what I said is that this is very lacking of nuance. It's not a very a very layered way, a very wholesome way of looking at how human beings actually are. And this is the reason why women often get away with sexual assault when they are the perpetrators. So this systematic issue is what needs to be dealt with, not the incidents in isolation. Yes, so you should be taking care of your isolated incident, but when you take all these incidences and see, the percentage of women who have gotten time and been held accountable for their crime or for their misdeed, you'd find that systematically it's just not working out for men who actually are victims of sexual abuse. So that's what we have said on that. That's what we said on that segment. And moving along today's topic, we are talking about the situation of teenage pregnancy in Kenya. So I want to know, how many of you Sheversationalists got pregnant when you were teenagers, and how many of your friends got pregnant when you were teenagers? Was there something that was common? Was there something that never happened? Is it something that just happened to 1 out of 20 girls, or 1 out of 15 or 10 girls in your class? Or you don't even know what I'm talking about. So give me your feedback. Caroline_Murote on Instagram, and Caroline Murote across all other social media platforms, and Power Radio across all social media platforms, because I want to know what you know about teenage pregnancy, and how many girls in your neighborhood got pregnant as teenagers. How many girls are getting pregnant as teenagers currently, in your family, your neighborhood, your community spaces. So let me know, and then we'll get back and look at what the situation actually is like currently. But we're gonna hear Sio Siri from Atenda Willie and March On by Billy Black before we get into that.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Ona kule tumetoka, na mbona sasa unasema umechoka? Ama ushampata Casanova anayekupatia lishe bora? Kwanza nakumbuka tukianza vile uliniahidi tutapendana forever, na sasa ni kwa nini ukaniweka chini miaka zaidi ya 2? Sasa unamua unaenda, ni kipi sina? Ni kama tena hunijui jina, no, na haukujikinga. Nasikia tena ushapewa mimba, na sio siri tena, sio siri, sio nikiweza, sio siri tena, sio siri, siweza nikuweza, sio siri tena, sio siri, sio nikiweza. Mwanzo tulikuwa kwa ghorofa,
mapenzi yetu ikaporomoka, baadaye ukajuka nichoma. Sikujua jua pia ni nyota, na ukweli sasa inaonekana, niliyempenda pia ameshanikana. Nilimpea kila kitu, nikampenda kila siku, sheri akageuka mdanganyifu, maswali zangu hawezi jibu. Ni kipi sina, ni kama tena haunijui jina, no. Na haukujikinga, nasikia tena ushapewa mimba. Sio siri tena, sio siri, sio nikiweza. Sio siri tena, sio siri, siweza nikuweza. Sio siri tena, sio siri, sio nikiweza. Sio siri tena, sio siri, siweza nikuweza. Bali niko sikutaki mabaya, haya yameshafanyika mama, umeshanizika mama, ndani ya shimo uliniwacha pabaya. Haya yameshafanyika mama, mapenzi yetu yashazama. Sio siri ma, umeniumiza. Sio siri ma, umenimaliza. Sio siri ma, umeniumiza.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Your eyes and whisper a prayer. The love that was lost is finally found. Dry your tears, for it won't be long. The rainbow comes after the rain. March on, soldier, be strong. Don't put down your rifle, the fight must go on. March on, soldier, hold on, for home is just over the hill. Let go of doubt, but hold on to faith, for don't you know, soldier, your father awaits. For the weak, please be strong, lift them up, carry on, for home is just over the hill. March on, soldier, be strong. Don't put down your rifle, the fight must go on. March on, soldier, hold on, for home is just over the hill. March on, soldier, be strong. Don't put down your rifle, the fight must go on. March on, soldier, hold on, for home is just over the hill.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Alrighty, welcome back. Welcome back. The time is 12 minutes past 12, and we were just listening to March On by Billy Black. Right before that, Sio Siri by Watendo Willie. They're not happy because Sio Siri, that you've been doing weird things, that you've been sleeping around. Sasa umepata mimba, like Sio Siri. Anyways, that's what Watendo really were saying. And what are we talking about today? Today we're talking about the status of teenage pregnancy in Kenya. What do you know about that? Let me know your feedback. So let's see what has been going on in Kenya. Let's see, from 2020 we have a couple of statistics. Okay, so this was right before the pandemic, right? So this is as of 26 June 2020. We have some statistics. Well, let us see. So, 11,795 teenage pregnancies happened, were reported in the period of Jan to May 2020, and that was slightly higher than the previous year's figures, 2019, in the same period where there were 11,410 cases reported. Wow. So, let's see. In a different county, this particular, which county was this? That was Nairobi County. Nairobi County. So in Kakamega County, this is a close second, following with 6,686 cases compared to 2019's 8,109 cases. Machakos County ranked as number 14 with 3,966 cases registered in 2020 compared to the 4,710 cases registered as of 2019. And from all the counties, the total numbers reported were for the period of January to May 2020. And in total, the figures of this reported pregnancies are 1,051, 433 compared to 1,075, 488 for the same period in 2019. Wow. Now, the most interesting thing is that the KHIS only reports, okay, and what is a KHIS? This is the Kenya Health Information Management System. KHIS, data only captures cases reported in the health sector, and it is possible that there are many other pregnant girls who are not counted because they have not been to health centers. So this is very interesting. Also, this particular numbers capture multiple visits, hence are not reflective of the exact number of pregnancies. So something that can be concluded from the data available is that teenage pregnancy is an issue. It's on the rise, and it's high across all countries and has been rising. So it's a very very sad demographic, and the surveys show that almost 2 out of 10 girls between the ages of 15 and 19 are reported to be pregnant or have had a child already, and this trend has been fairly consistent for more than 2 decades, with little change in prevalence between 1993 and 2014. Hey, so for 2 decades, girls of ages 15 to 19, 2 out of 10 girls of that age gap have been reported to be pregnant. And this has been the pattern since 1993 all the way to 2014. There hasn't been much change, which means that we have consistently been having our girls pregnant, and that's really really sad. Yeah, and teenage pregnancies are a major challenge for socio-economic development because these pregnancies deprive young girls the opportunity to further their education as well as attain their career goals. It also exposes them and their children to major health risks, and according to the World Health Organization, pregnancy and childbirth complications are the leading cause of death among girls aged 15 to 19 years globally. So when you hear that teenage girls have died globally, the cause of this, the top cause of girls in this age range dying is teenage pregnancy, which means that girls are being sexually assaulted at this age, and girls are also sexually active at this age. And what does this say to me? This says to me that there is a lack of education. There's a lack of protection for these girls, a lack of social awareness, civic education when it comes to the rights of girls, and responsible and safe ways of going about business. Well, of course, this is not covered. Sexual harassment is not covered under this because, we can't educate you. Can we really educate you out of sexual harassment? We can, actually. But when girls are not empowered, and when society is broken, then you find things like this happening. And the sad thing is that this is a global statistic. It's not just a Kenyan statistic. Yeah. So yeah, teenage pregnancy in Kenya is high and really needs to remain at the top of the government's political agenda. So this is an urgent matter, and it gets into public discourse triggered by certain events, after which it gets buried, and we continue with business as usual. So they often use it as a flash word, as a buzzword, and then they move on. The last time this issue headlined and drew as much public uproar was during the national examination period in 2018, with reports of several young girls pregnant or giving birth while sitting for either their KCSE, Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education certificate, and their KCPE, that's Kenya Certificate of Primary Education examinations. And that's just because a couple of media stations decided to do a feature on this. It's not because that is when it had gotten really high or really prevalent. It's just when the media decided to give this matter attention. And that's exactly what happens, is that it just becomes sensationalized for a short while, and then business as usual. So it's really sad, and what needs to happen is that we need to turn the tide and protect our young girls from teenage pregnancy, because there is an urgent need to address systematic drivers of teenage pregnancies by fully funding and consistently implementing cost-effective programs. Yeah. So how can we do this in culture spaces, religious and socio-economic spaces, where we fight against factors that contribute to this problem? Because these factors are multiple, they're layered, and interventions for addressing this are well known. So we need to confront hard truths and realities of the issue with honesty and openness. Like, are uncles raping their nieces? Are fathers raping their children? Older men in society, are they defiling young kids? Why are teenagers having sex? Like, we know why, but why is it becoming so prevalent to the point where 2 out of 10 girls in the in the age range of 15 to 19 years are, victims of teenage pregnancy, and a lot of them die while giving birth to these kids. So it's really, 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 really sad. And efforts to address teenage pregnancies and other sexual and reproductive health matters are resisted by parents, religious leaders, political leaders, and other stakeholders, despite the mounting evidence that young people are initiating sex earlier than in the past. Are we shocked? No. Proven interventions like appropriate sexuality education are often dismissed with the view that they would encourage young people to indulge in sex. Wow, yawn. In order to address this challenge decisively, it is important that evidence plays a central role in determining interventions that can stamp out the problem from its root cause. When I was in high school, my teacher, I forgot her name, but she came with a wooden structure of a penis, and she came with condoms, and then she dressed this wooden penis with a condom, and then she's like, who wants to try? Can we learn how to put on a condom? Because this is what the penis looks like when it's erect. Maybe not this size, but this is a pretty good example. So, can we talk about what a condom looks like? Why would you need to use a condom? Where can you get free condoms? And that's because I was educated in a system that really was intentional about sexual education. We also had the female condoms that were being given out in the guidance and counselor's office, and it was displayed there, just information. So to this day, I know what a female condom looks like, even though I have no idea how it works. But then the fact that I know that it exists means that I am that one step further in finding out if that's something that I would want to apply or advise somebody to use. The fact that there's female condoms, and I don't know if that's a thing that's here, in our country, Kenya. I'm not sure if female condoms is something that's an actual thing. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of you guys out there don't know that they're female condoms. Yeah, so but my point is that I was educated on how to put on a condom, even though I'm not the one with the parts that the condom are going on, and why, and other forms of contraceptives, why you might need to use this one, why you would choose this one instead of that one. And I don't think that that would encourage kids to have sex, because the sad thing is that kids are having sex regardless. And what are kids doing? They're having sex without protection, or they're having sex not knowing how to use condoms appropriately. They're having sex alafu wanameza P2 and ending up having botched abortions that really end up affecting their livelihoods, having, just using these P2s that affect their menstrual cycles and put them at risk of not being able, of just messing up their reproductive system. And that's the saddest thing. The fact that our stakeholders in society, parents, political leaders, religious leaders, think that giving kids sexual education would encourage them to have sex. Well, newsflash, your kids are already having sex. You might as well teach them how to have sex safely, or to caution them what happens when you have sex, so that now they are empowered enough to say that, no, I am going to say no because there's this reason, that reason, this reason. It's not enough to just show kids pictures of body parts falling off because of gonorrhea and syphilis, because that's the most they ever do everywhere. I don't know a school that didn't do that to its kids. At any given point, in every single country, like people I've met, I asked them, so they showed you those photos of people dying, the ugly photos of like people's sexual organs, really zinaos are like literally rotting because of this STDs. Every school kind of does that. I think it's very, very rarely have I not heard that that's happening. But also very rarely do I hear that the schools are empowering kids when it comes to sex and protecting themselves against toxic sexual habits. So it's interesting. It's interesting that parents, religious leaders, political leaders, and other stakeholders really, really, really fight against the methods to sexually educate young people. It's about time that you realize that you can't protect your kids from what they don't know. They're going to find out from somebody else. So you might as well, just have a good handle on those reins and be the one to be in control of that particular situation. So we're going to come back and continue talking about teenage pregnancy. I hope that you're learning something. I really, 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 really hope that you're learning something. And we're going to hear from Flyer, Uchumi Nimbaya, and ex Nikita Karen.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Jana ukudariba, leo naimba, vile nakumada. Mwezi umefika kwa kona, unaniona mini danda. Stima imeanza kubip, sasa anani beep. New phone, new business care. Gesi imekauka, na unga imepanda bei. Kwani haujui, hali ya uchumi ni mbaya, je. Wapi wale wote ulikimbilia, vitu vikiniendea mbaya, kama hungeniringia ningekuwa nawe. Uliza benki ya dunia, vile raia waumia. Kusikia gharama kubwa za maisha zimefilisisha. Wapenzi na waseja wanalalamika nje. Chumi ni mbaya, chumi ni mbaya, sijisikie vibaya mpenzi, tapitia haya sote. Sema vile umenimisi, jinsi unanihisi tena nifurahi. Nimetuma zile za pikipiki, si uje tule mbuzi na viazi karai. Eti wataka nije nikakupika, umejipoda wafi na vumbi haikufai. Uski, petroli ilikauka, na ubazika panda bei. Kwani haujui, hali ya uchumi ni mbaya, kama si kiburi chako ningekuwa nawe. Uliza benki ya dunia, vile raia waumia. Kusikia gharama kubwa za maisha
sasa zimefilisisha, wapenzi na waseja wanalalamika nje. Uchumi ni mbaya, uchumi ni mbaya, sijisikie vibaya mpenzi, tutapitia haya sote. Taarifa ambazo sasa zimetufikia, wanandoa wapigana kama mabondia, pesa kukosekana kweli ni hatia, wangapi kila siku wanakatisiana ya uchumi mbaya.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Minute of love, minute of hate, making mistakes, shying away. I would have held you closer if I could. You're bitter than I could ever taste. Now I'm in love and I'm effing wasted. I would have held you closer if I could. And even when we try to throw this all behind, I find myself inside of your arms again. And what if I'm insane and taking me for granted? I would never come to forgive myself. Cause I ain't tryna be your ex, so don't call me if you wait. Tryna vibe on my way, I'm on top of my game. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, yeah. So don't call me if you wait. Tryna vibe on my way, I'm on top of my game. See you wasting a chance in the corner, like you don't know I'm down to be on. Yeah, I keep on reminding you that you're mine. You're gonna wife me, and I'm hanging in the backseat, and I'm waiting for a chance to say bye. Cause we've been waiting for love that is real. And even when we try to throw this all behind, I find myself inside of your arms again. And what if I'm insane and taking me for granted? I would never come to forgive myself. Cause I ain't tryna be your ex, so don't call me if you wait. Tryna vibe on my way, I'm on top of my game. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, yeah. So don't call me if you wait. Tryna vibe on my way, I'm on top of my game. Hanging in the backseat, hanging in the backseat. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way there. And even when we try to throw this all behind, I find myself inside of your arms again. And what if I'm insane and taking me for granted? I would never come to forgive myself. Cause I ain't tryna be your ex, so don't call me if you wait. Tryna vibe on my way, I'm on top of my game. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, yeah. So don't call me if you wait. Tryna vibe on my way, I'm on top of my game. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, yeah.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Welcome back to Power Radio. Welcome back to Sheversations. It is 28 minutes to 1, which means that we have 28 minutes of this Sheversation left. And today we're talking about teenage pregnancy. We're talking about the status of teenage pregnancy in Kenya. But before we go on with that, we had X by Nikita Carrying and Uchumi Nimbaya by Flyer. Already teenage pregnancy. So what's going on? Let's share a couple of statistics. Yeah. So teenage pregnancy and motherhood rate in Kenya stands at 18%. percent. This implies that about 1 in every 5 teenage girls between the ages of 15 to 19 years have either had a live birth or are pregnant with their first child. The rate increases rapidly with age from 3% among girls aged 15 to 40% among girls aged 19. The situation varies by county, with some counties being disproportionately affected than the others. So that's what's going on. So that's the same as 2 out of 10 girls aged 15 to 19 years are pregnant. And so this is just this shows that there's an issue with early and unintended pregnancy in Kenya. So more specifically, as of this year, because the statistics we were looking at and the situation and the status quo, well, it's not the status quo, the situation that we're looking at before we went on our break was from 2020. This is from 2024. So teenage pregnancy is obviously a problem that is rising in our country, and girls who get minimal education are most likely to become mothers at a younger age due to lack of information. Are we surprised there? No. Studies on adolescent sexuality and pregnancy are very limited in our country, which is very sad. And teenage pregnancy is most likely to occur among poor communities, as 21% of women aged 15 to 19 in the lowest wealth quintile reported to have been pregnant, as compared to 8% in the higher wealth quintile. So kama mna pesa kwenu, mimba. What does it say? That there's a direct correlation between poverty and access to education and information. So this is not actually just about money, it's about access, because having resources in this country affords you access. And when you don't have access, it means that you're denied information, you're denied resources that would act as tools to save you, keep you from, help you avoid some of the situations. So 21% of women aged 15 to 19 when you are Minnesota, pregnancy. And when it comes to wealthier families and wealthier communities, 8% of this women aged 15 to 19. And that is a staggering, let me calculate, that's 13% difference, a 13% disparity, to show that socioeconomic status is a real factor when it comes to determining who is a vulnerable party in a particular issue. So teenage pregnancies are a major challenge for socioeconomic development, because they deprive young girls of the opportunity to further their education and attain their career goals. It also exposes them and their children to major health risks. According to the World Health Organization, pregnancy and childhood complications are the leading cause of death amongst girls 15 to 19 years globally. So that's what we saw in our 2020 report. This particular article is by Mercy Dalizu on Naya Kenya, which is an organization, a humanitarian organization. And this particular one was penned on the 20th of March earlier this year. So we see that pregnancy and childhood complications are the leading cause of death amongst girls 15 to 19 years globally. That's a very sad situation. We need to really address the systematic drivers of this pregnancies, and we need to realize that this is something that needs to be taken seriously. This is not something to joke about. It's not something to just be easy about. So what can be done? It's basically to put in a lot of effort when it comes to our education systems. It's to put in effort when it comes to educating our young women and our young men, to educate our societies on how can this be avoided. And also now, when these young girls unfortunately still end up pregnant, then how can we increase their chances of not becoming a statistic? The 21, the pregnancy and childhood complications as a leading cause of death amongst amongst girls aged 15 to 19 years. What can we actually do? That's what we need to be looking into, so we're gonna come up with we're gonna share a couple of solutions. Right before we do that, we're gonna listen to Go by Mothaka and Chematai Sage and So Alive by Chematai Sage.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
That felt like this. Too deep in there to see the consequence. We had each other, now it's come undone, and I can't forget all the memories. Laying beside you is the thing I miss, and on your heart all the promises. Can't decide if this is right or wrong. All I know is that it's so hard to move on. Mapenzi yako yanichanganya, kila wanipasi kawaida. Don't wanna know if I'm still on your mind, but you should know you'll always be mine. A tip of 10, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. 10 out of 10, I know where I'd rather be. Secret obsession, I'ma run out of patience. It's so hard to imagine what we had stuck in. Trying to see through the smoke. If it's a sign, you let me know. No, still got some things I'd like to show you, but if you've come to the end of the road, you don't want me anymore. Just let me go.
Just let me go. Ooh. If I could take it all back, if I forget you, maybe it's for the better. Something's got me good. I'd stay for the sunshine, pray for something sane, but I guess it's easier crying in the rain. Mapenzi yako ilinishangaza, ukiniacha mimi nikizupa. Respect's no longer being served at this table, and my heart feels so unable, and I gotta recognize that I can't win this fight, 'cause I thought that I was flying in the sky, but I was drowning in the ocean. Effects of your love. I should pretend I'm not where I'm supposed to be. 10 out of 10, I know where I'd rather be. It's a secret obsession, I'm all run out of patience. It's so hard to imagine what we had stuck in. Trying to see through the smoke. If it's a sign, you let me know. No, still got some things I'd like to show you, but if we come to the end of the road, you don't want me anymore. Just let me go. Oh, just let me go.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
I dream of a sky where the lights never die down. I'm awake in my sleep and I'm falling to the ground. I want the answers to the questions of the reactions, whether it makes sense or the path is fatal attraction. Is it the whiteness of the cloud or the steam in my mirror? Is it the broken of a glass? Could it be more clearer? 'Cause I feel so alive. No one can stop me even if they try. 'Cause I've been trying much too long. You can beat me down, I stay strong. 'Cause I feel so alive. feel so alive. No one can stop me even if they try. 'Cause I've been trying much too long. You can beat me down, I'll stay strong. 'Cause I feel so alive. Beat me down, I'll stay strong. No one can stop me even if they try. 'Cause I've been trying much too long. You can beat me down, I'll stay strong. 'Cause I feel so alive. Beat me down, I'll stay strong. You can beat me down. No matter what they try, I'ma stay so alive. I dream of a sky where the lights never die down. I'm awake in my sleep and I'm falling to the ground.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
So alive, Chamatai Sage and Go by Modaka and Chamatai Sage. So that's the good. That's the good that we're getting from our wonderful artists. And we are looking into teenage pregnancy. Are there ways to curb this? Are there ways to curb this in Kenya? Let's look at some of the recommendations that exist, some of the potential solutions of preventing unplanned pregnancy, as well as supporting adolescents. So this includes training on relationships and sexual health for health and non-health professionals, advice and access to contraception in non-health education in youth setting, and creating adolescent-friendly spaces in primary health centers. If you're a teenager, did you ever feel safe to go and ask about sexual health in a clinic or a hospital? Was there a safe space ever when you were growing up? Did you ever hear that there's a safe space somewhere where you can just go ask these questions, where you can go and find out this information, collect pamphlets? Is that a reality to you? I'm interested in knowing. So what else can be done? Parents can be encouraged to discuss relationships and sexual health with their teenagers. Support for pregnant teenagers and for young parents, including prevention of subsequent pregnancies, relationships, and sex education in schools and colleges. And this promotes youth-friendly contraceptives and sexual health services. Doing all this is a key intervention that can help prevent teenage pregnancies. So basically, parents talking to their kids about relationships and sexual health, talking to them against, encouraging them to get sex education in school, and promoting youth-friendly contraceptives as well as sexual health services. So these are interventions that different stakeholders can look into, right? So what has been done before? What has been done previously? This is I'm trying to see when this article was written. Okay, so this is something that was being done way back in 2020, and this is how they were actually being intentional against preventing teenage pregnancy. So Her Excellency Susan Kikwai, who was the Deputy Governor of Kericho County, this is what she said. Stakeholders in government, health, and the academia need to work together to develop effective interventions and action plans targeting adolescent and young people that can be adopted and scaled up in order to address the problem of teenage pregnancies at the counties. Yes, she said this at a forum organized by the County of Governors and the Communities of Practice, COPs. And these are forums for discussing key issues on selected themes with the aim of providing alternative perspectives that contribute solutions to existing issues, challenges, and dilemmas that affect young people, institutions, and sectors, and the society. So in short, Yani kwa ufupi, it's to say that they had a forum that was addressing teenage pregnancy and similar issues. So through the months of June to August in 2020, the Council of Governors scheduled 6 COPs, communities of practice, to generate ideas and solutions for addressing emerging issues such as teenage pregnancy that affect performance of counties in executing their devolved functions and that were worsened during the COVID-19 pandemic. Of course, COVID came and did a number for every single person everywhere. So that was exciting. I'm being sarcastic, obviously. Okay, what are other interventions or alternative interventions that are effective in preventing child pregnancies in Kenya? Keeping girls in school, especially during the transition from primary to secondary school. So don't take breaks. That helps. Keeping girls engaged through skills and vocational training. So teach them how to sew, teach them how to cook, teach them how to make arts and crafts, for example. Another thing could be providing them with comprehensive sexual education. This one has been said and oversaid. Yes, another thing is involving boys in the interventions. Yes, please. And designating holistic interventions that focus on empowerment. Let's not just talk about sex, but let's talk about healthy sex. Let's talk about how you can prevent sexual abuse, how you as a boy or as a girl, can actually avoid becoming a sexual abuser. Let's empower each other and talk about consent. Let's talk about how do you report sexual assault? How can you help your friend, your brother, your sister, your cousin report sexual assault, right? And so these are some measures that would prevent child pregnancy in Kenya. So using interventions such as conditional cash transfers, which keep girls in school or supporting them to return to school, especially during transition periods to reduce cases of child pregnancy. All right. Another thing is using holistic, multi-pronged programs, which yield more positive results in preventing child pregnancies compared to single-pronged approaches. So instead of saying keep girls in school, you could say keep girls in school while parents are participating in extracurricular activities, while churches also come and participate. So that's an example of a multi-pronged approach as opposed to a single-pronged approach. So that's different stakeholders, different perspectives, just attacking this issue from different angles at the same time, essentially hitting multiple birds with a single stone. Another thing that could be done is adoption of programs that stress the risks associated with inconsistent condom use and place a special focus on debunking myths associated with condoms, like you're safer if you wear 2 condoms. Woo! Woo! I heard that once and I just wanted to scream. 2 condoms for what, guys? Don't waste money. Just learn how to use them properly. And that's why we're here, to teach us about this thing. So if you're an educator, come and talk to us about how we can best educate our adolescent youth on how to best use these tools that would help them prevent teenage pregnancy or just unwanted pregnancy. Yeah. So another intervention that can be used is the use of co-ed interventions, which target boys at a young age. And this increases their knowledge and improves their attitudes about some sexual behaviors, as well as delays their sexual debut. Keep them virgins longer, guys. And this is an important intervention, mainly because involving boys may be an important component to comprehensively solving the problem of child pregnancy. And lastly, interventions focusing on comprehensive sexual and reproductive health programs, which have proven to be effective in delaying sexual debut, reducing the incidence of pregnancy, and increasing knowledge on sexual and reproductive health. Information is power, and involve the boys so that they don't think that wearing 2 condoms is going to keep you safer, because that actually increases the chances of them bursting or them not working the correct way, and other ridiculous scenarios that you get from being uninformed. We need to inform ourselves. We need to inform our families about sexual health. We need to. If you need a class on sexual health, come to me. I'm not qualified, but I'll tell you what I know, and then we can go and confirm it. If you're a sexual or sex health educator, come and let's have a Sheversation. Reach out to me, Caroline_Murote on Instagram and Caroline Murote across all other social media platforms and across Power Radio on all social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Holla at us and let us know how we can continue this conversation with you, because we would like our girls to remain healthy. We would like to reduce that statistic that 2 out of 10 girls aged between 15 and 19, that the leading cause of death amongst that age group is teenage pregnancy, is them dying while giving birth. So what do you guys think? How can you be involved? What can you do in your home, in your family? What can you do in your community that would create a change? How can you be actively involved in educating the ones around you? Because you don't know, how can you actively stop the sexual debut of young kids and just keep them virgins longer, so that they're not having sex outside an age of responsibility that is under the age of 18 years? Because an unwanted pregnancy is devastating enough to an adult. What more of a child? And we've seen that these women are prone to health issues over time because, number one, your body was not prepared, was not ready, was not ready for this. So which means that a lot of the time you will get these babies are malnutritioned. You'll get that the mother is not very healthy because her body is underdeveloped most of the time, and also the care that is giving, because we've seen that most of these kids come from low income families, that it's prevalent in low income families. So you find that at that point there isn't even enough resources for most of these girls for them to adequately take care of themselves and make sure that the health of themselves as well as their babies is their priority. I really hope that we can see a better Kenya in a couple of years, that when we get the statistics, that they're going to be lessening and not being constant or increasing and rising by the day. That has been our Sheversation for today. That's what we were talking about. Let me know what you think. But until then, I'm going to see you guys on Wednesday, and I'm going to leave you with the wonderful sounds of Nelly Twikong and Abel Chungu Masuka saying Niombe.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
To all the ones whose troubles seem to awaken, Lord, give grace to all the ones who feel like they'll never make it. Make me see all of the promises that you have been saving. Live in me so I can overcome the things that would break me. The road gets hard sometimes, but we'll cross the finish line. I know He's able, my heart will be patient. He's always been faithful.
Wakati ninapolemewa, ili mimi nisisame, usisahau kuniombea, usisahau kuniombea. Wakati ninapolemewa, ili mimi nisisame, usisahau kuniombea, usisahau kuniombea. Giza na mwanga, kupanda kuvuna, misimu ni mingi. Wakati hufika kwa furaha na dhiki, apathy.